Cause you be in your zone when you winning on your own when you winning. Wake up, look out the window, see the rose in the Bentley when you winning. When you winning, when you winning. Oh, you rock designer clothes when you winning. Keep when you winning. People all in your business, gotta ride with it tinted when you winning. When you winning, when you winning. Yo, she could come around but can't stick around. That's how I tease her. Been having my waist since a little. I ain't never been no pleaser. Always gonna crush these souls when they realize I don't need them. I don't give a I close wheels. You cross the line, I'm squeezing. Every day the same routine. Same ain't no new team. Never ever had hoop dreams, but I'm ballin' like I want a ring. Demon time over everything. You don't know how much it really means. Struggle took a toll on them. Oh, had to come and intervene. Boy, them keys to that Bentley. I'm trying to drive it around. I think I'm driving it gently. Now I'm speeding through the town. I can't even put my phone down. Trying to show the world how it sound. Around and make the wrong turn. We don't even want to turn around. Lately I've been thinking, what would I be if I ain't take a risk? Struggle, I hated it at the time, but it's the reason I'm rich. Never see me knocking nobody. I know how hard it can get. Respect whoever on they. Cause you be in your zone when you winning on your own when you winning. Wake up, look out the window, see the rose in the Bentley when you winning. When you winning, when you winning. Oh, you rock designer clothes when you winning. Keep when you winning. People all in your business, gotta ride with it tinted when you winning. When you winning, when you winning. I don't do but I've been off them all week. Tryna take this far as I can, I want it all on sleep. Might just put a 40 ball in my mouth, cause I know my talk ain't cheap. Soon as you start running up money, they could tell cause it reeks. Oh boy, it's so much to see. Gotta learn to keep your balance. Going to sleep on silk sheets, but it used to be a pallet. Fell in love with shopping, I'm getting a grip of it, I don't need no stylist. Walking on mall, spin a bag on anything if it got me smiling. I'm on every L that I ever took, I promise. Flashy with a system on, man, I don't look, that's how I'm coming. Can't wait to touch a meal like I ain't got no food inside my tummy. Been had a vision, seen it vividly before it got sunny. You could tell I'm committed. This get hard and I get it, but long as you stay authentic, you'll be destined to win it. I recreated my image. This was earned, never given. Gonna be that way till it's finished. Cause you be in your zone when you winning on your own when you winning. Wake up, look out the window, see the rose in the Bentley when you winning. When you winning, when you winning. Oh, you rock designer clothes when you winning. Keep when you winning. People all in your business, gotta ride with it tinted when you winning. When you winning, when you winning.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. But tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the New York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
When we spent our time talking to the coaches prior to the game, they emphasized that they wanted a quick start to begin things. Most of the time you think about that on the offensive side of the ball, but in this case, it's the special teams that provide that quick start.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Sliding out of the pocket. There's a short throw to his tight end, McKinney. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On second down, Eckler. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Josh Palmer, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Jets at 4-3, a game over 500. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
A good pickup there, 21 yards. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run with Cook. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Again, it's Cook. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. Third and goal from the 2. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Only a yard there, so it brings up fourth and goal. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what,
oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Dalvin Cook with career touchdown number 60. And the Jets respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Charger drive about to get going. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. There he goes, left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
These two teams all tied after one. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. He's got a man. It's his fullback. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Eckler now between the tackles. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Herbert. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Quentin Jefferson gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And this one's not close. Not even close. Short and to the right. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They start the drive with Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Now Herbert. There's a short throw to his tight end, McKinney. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that will bring up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a give running left is Eckler. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
3rd and 5. Herbert now. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he is going to have the Chargers' 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Sauce Gardner, an all-pro as a rookie last year, up to make the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Now it's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4. Oh, they're changing this at the line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? 4th and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go ahead and get the rest of it. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy on that one.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Now that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And they're going to speed things up here. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Next to score, Chargers 21, Jets 7.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. This is caught by Williams. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On the screen, this is Eckler. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before the break for Herbert. He's got it to Williams. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Michael Davis. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
In motion, right goes Allen. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Jets will take over.
At their own 17-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Rodgers now on first down. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Trying there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Davis now to return it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Option play, here's Spiller. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendencies. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. C.J. Mosley getting to him behind the line of scrimmage there.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. It's Eckler again. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 44-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
the middle with Eckler. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler with career touchdown number 75. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now Rodgers. A quick throw, but incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Returnable here for Davis. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive? Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Intercepted. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He finds Wilson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. First down, here's the run with Cook. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here now, 2nd and 4. Now it's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing now is Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Eckler, they run left side. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
109 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Justin Herbert looking to pass for Keenan Allen. That's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Touchdown! Gerald Everett, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Chargers have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Extra point try now from Dicker.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Jets 7.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line. Back to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Herbert
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The end result, 21 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That was Carl Lawson in pursuit that time, and he gets the stop.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 11 yards is the gain on the keeper there, but now it's third down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw here, Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A 5-yard gain brings up second down at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 15.
Now it's Herbert. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And with the way things have gone so far tonight, I figured this was going to be a touchdown because he's wide open. But instead, the ball's laid out just a bit too far, and they come up empty.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Rodgers going to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete.
A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. The no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Charger drive about to get going. And it would seem as if their three-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start first and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third and 8. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And incomplete here to bring up fourth down as the rookie couldn't haul it in. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Hardman on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Jets will take over first and 10.
At their own 33-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the and my goodness, another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee.
I want my money back.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done,
How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly,